Hi everybody, and welcome to this tutorial, and we are going to draw the mouth. It's a sculpture of a mouth, and what I first want to detect is the line that is in between the upper and the lower lip. And as you can see, I'm drawing in the center line here. We are dealing with a 3/4 position. So let's draw that in. The head is tilted slightly to the right. And when you start to measure, then you can actually measure out that the left side of the mouth is actually much wider than the right side of the mouth. So please bear this in mind when drawing portraits. Are they facing straight at you, or are they turned slightly away? Now, in order to keep the mouth from floating just in the air, I'm drawing in the whole cast, and the mouth is like sculptured from a piece of clay or a piece of stone. And what you notice is that there are 5 cushions inside the upper and lower lip. 3 cushions are in the top lip and 2 bigger cushions are in the lower lip. I've drawn them in for you so you can see what I mean. Now this is the line for the lower lip. And here you can see the node. And here's that little Cupid's bow. That's from the mid area cushion and then going over the 2 side cushions. Here is the far end node. And here on the right side there's a lot of shadow going on too. And there's also a big shadow part underneath the lower lip. In this case, the light is coming from the left top corner. So a lot of shadow is casted, of course, in between the 2 lips, but also on the corners of the mouth. And the upper lip has more shadow than the lower lip. The lower lip actually catches some of the light that is coming from the light left top. Now the 2 cushions in the lower lip, they catch a lot of light. You can see it here, so I will spare that out a little bit. And should you find this interesting, and maybe you also want to know how to draw ears and stuff, then you can find me on my Patreon page, where I record my drawings in real time. Also, the complete tutorial can be seen there, which is more than an hour, with a lot of more tips in them. So feel free to join me there. Now, in the meantime, I'm also drawing in the muscles and areas that are around the mouth. There are a lot of muscles around the mouth, of course, and they enable us to start smiling or grinning or weeping or even talking if you want. So to have this mouth not floating around in the air, of course I also draw the cast, but I also draw the muscles that are joining the lips. The gradations I build up very slowly. And for this drawing I'm using the Wolff's Carbon 6B charcoal pencil. and the Army Newsprint paper. The Army Newsprint paper has little structure, so it's a smooth drawing paper. It's very affordable and ideal for making studies like these. You can see the cushions appearing, and I'm also slowly and gradually build up the shadows that are underneath the lip and in between the lips. And I also give a complete gray value for the whole cast surrounding this mouth. Now I need a lot of pigments, of course, because I also want to demonstrate to you what will happen once you hit your sketch with the brush. And here you can see my pencil eraser. I avoid drawing in contour lines. There are no contour lines in lips unless there's makeup involved, of course. But in this case I make sure that the lines you would like to see, they are not actual lines, but they're just areas of gray scales that are touching each other. And in that way I'm trying to get as much a 3D feel as possible. So I softly erase the harsh lines with the pencil eraser. And once I'm happy, I take the brush, which is big and dry and clean, and then I just push the pigments into the paper, and it gives a very soft feel to your drawing. This is the cast, and what I want to do next, of course, is to draw in the light. So I've taken the Koh-i-Noor Hardmouth pencil eraser, and this is an eraser which can be sharpened with the pencil sharpener, and in that way you always have a very sharp eraser at hand. And as you can see it at work here, I can use that to brighten up the areas. And this is very easy because I just smudged my whole drawing with that brush. And afterwards you can just easily erase out the highlights with your pencil eraser. The kneaded eraser works also, but I prefer the pencil eraser. If I find that there are areas that need a little bit more contrast, I can always use the charcoal pencil again and the blender stick. With the blender stick you can get in there very precise, more precise than if you were to use the finger, a finger for blending. So the blender stick is a very nice tool, and it's nothing more than just well, a folded up paper in the form of a stick or a pencil. Once I'm happy with the highlights and the lowlights, then I go back in with the charcoal pencil for the darkest shadows. And I simply demonstrate here again the beautiful effect of the blender stick to create those soft edges around your shadows. As you can see, the drawing is very painterly-like, and this is an awesome way to study the parts of the face. So, if you're interested, please feel free to join me on my Patreon page and study along with me as we progress in becoming amazing portrait artists. Well, this is my study, and I wish you all the success on your own studies. I will see you again here on the YouTube or on my Patreon page. Take care.